I want to welcome all of you back to George Music for All Four Seasons. And today I want to talk to you about a very special album in my Four Seasons collection titled The International Battle of the Century, The Beatles versus the Four Seasons. And I just want to briefly chat about this. In some interviews I've heard with Frankie Valli and Bob Gaudio, every time the announcer or the disc jockey, depending where the interview is taking place, this album is brought up, and it's brought up with a chuckle. A couple of times Bob Gaudio has mentioned, yeah, I don't know what they were trying to do with that album, really not defending it. Well, I'm here to defend that album on behalf of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. At the time this album was released in August of 1964, the Four Seasons and the Beatles were the two biggest bands around that had some of the highest chart success of any other bands around at the time. Let me read off briefly here. At the time this was released, the Four Seasons had 14 top 10 hits, 14 top 40 hits, 8 top 10 hits, and 4 number ones. The Beatles having 15 top 40 hits, 8 top 10s, and 5 number ones at the time. Those two bands had the highest chart success of any music entity up to that time. So there was a reason why this was put out. One, because it was the international battle of the century. On the business side, it sounds like maybe Vee-Jay was just trying to make some extra money since they had lost the rights to both bands, the Beatles and the Four Seasons. But here's the album packaging complete. It's in pretty nice shape. But sales were slow, and Vee-Jay eventually ended up pulling the album from the market. Because when you purchase this, what you were receiving was the golden hits of the Four Seasons that had already been released about a year and a half earlier, maybe a year earlier, and the Beatles' first album on Vee-Jay, Introducing the Beatles. It's both of these albums that make up what is in this album here. So again, the international battle of the century, the Beatles versus the Four Seasons, at the time, the top two selling bands in the country. Well, let me know what you think about what I just said. Comments, questions are always welcome and will always be respected. I want to thank all of my subscribers. Lately, I've been getting a lot of subscriptions to my channel, and I really appreciate it, and I value each and every one of you. So thanks again, and I hope you enjoyed this bit of historical information. Take care. Bye.